Okay, hello everybody. In today's assembly we're talking about relationships, and I'm going to use one of my favourite books, On Sudden Hill by Linda Sarah and Benji Davis. Some of us have read this book in assembly before, and it's published by Simon and Schuster. And I've got some Year 5 children to help me today. I'm going to ask them some questions as we read it. 2 cardboard boxes, big enough to sit in. Hide inside. Bert and Etho take them out each day, climb up Sudden Hill and sit in them. You can tell they're having a really good time, look.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're kings, soldiers, astronauts, sometimes they're pirates, sailing wild seas and skies, but always, they're big friends. Okay, can you guys all think of somebody that's a bit like that for you? It's a big friend for you.
Joe.
How's a big friend different for a normal friend? What's different about a big friend compared to a normal friend, do you think?
That they're always there for you.
Yes.
Quite a lot.
Someone who's always there for you.
They're if you need any help, they'll help you straight away.
Yes, helpful.
And you know where they are.
Mhm.
And they do extra things than normal friends. They go the extra mile.
Ah, I see. So big friends are just like normal friends, but they go the extra mile. They do something else for you. They're always there for you as well. They're sailing, running, leaping, flying. Their chatter and giggles. Him and Etho. Their silences and watching small movements in the valley and feeling big as giant kings. Bert loves their 2x2 rhythm. What's a rhythm? What's a rhythm?
Oh yeah.
Which subject at school might you hear rhythm spoken about in?
Music.
Yeah, in music we talk about rhythm, don't we? And things can have a steady beat in their rhythm, or they can have a syncopated beat in their rhythm. And he's talking about a 2x2 rhythm. What do you think he means he likes a 2x2 rhythm?
And it's sort of like.
And here it is, there's 2 of them. Da, 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 da. 1, 2, 1, 2. It's a 2x2 rhythm. And he likes it. And then one Monday, it's cramping cold. They meet another box carrier who wants to join them. This tiny boy's called Shoo. He's watched Bert and Etho every day and finally found a big enough box and courage to ask if he can play too. I wonder if any of you can think of a time when you were a bit like Shoo in this story. There was a couple of people and you really wanted to join in as well. I wonder if you can think of a time that you were feeling like that. Do you remember a time like that?
When we first started school, actually.
Ah, yes, September's a common time for that, isn't it? Can you think of a time like that?
Sometimes when we play dodgeball, or we want to join in because you don't want to be left out sometimes.
Yes, and I think left out is probably a good way of describing how Shoo felt. Etho smiles and says, "Sure!" And so the 3 sit in their boxes, watch 1 kestrel and 2 lost clouds. You see how the relationship has changed a little bit now. Talked about relationships in the last assembly. Bert and Etho had a relationship that was 2x2. But there are lots of different types of relationship, and this one seems to have changed. Sometimes they're dragon slayers, side by side, house dwellers and skyscraper dancers. But Bert feels strange. You can see what the illustrator has done on this page to show how Bert is feeling and the fact that he's feeling a bit strange. He's put him quite far away, hasn't he, from the other children? And he's doing something a bit different. One night, Bert smashes his box, stamps on it, rips it to bits. His dad shouts something flat from the front room about being quiet, and that's enough. Why has he done that? Why do we think? Why has Bert smashed his box to bits? What do you think?
Because he's sad and he's not being included with the others, so he doesn't want to go again. Then he's thrown in his box so that he can't go again.
Wow, that's very thoughtful. So we think he feels excluded,
Yeah.
and that he's smashed his box so he can't go again
Yeah.
because he's been excluded from doing the things he wanted to do.
Yeah.
That's interesting to me. That seems absolutely right. But it's interesting because I know from the previous page that his friends are very willing to include everyone, because when Shu asks to join in, Etho says sure. So it's a surprise that he feels excluded. But you're right. Bert stops going to Sudden Hill. What a shame. Etho and Shu call round sometimes, and Bert avoids them. Instead, he stays at home, mostly drawing pictures of two boxes side by side. Why do you think he draws boxes of two pictures? So it was a funny thing to draw.
He's trying to remember when he hung out with Etho, or maybe Etho hanging out with Shu.
Yeah, is that what you think too?
Yeah.
That's what he's trying to remember.
And he's trying to look out the window, like...
Oh, he's looking longingly out the window, isn't he? You're right.
But he can't see because it's the other side.
And he misses being with his friend.
I should
Just
imagine
him
he does.
And him.
He misses Etho, he misses their cardboard castles on Sudden Hill. What a shame. One day, a knock on the door. He hears Shu's voice. "We made you something! Please come out!" All Bert can see as he peeks from the curtain is a box. But it's much more than a box. What do you think it's going to be? It's more than a box. Go on.
It could be a box castle with both of them sat in it.
A box castle. He said he likes castles on a hill, didn't he?
It's counting down.
Could be a box castle. What else could it be? Let's have a look. It's got bright waving things attached to it like huge kites. It's got colours. It's got sounds. It's got wheels. You might just be able to make out on Bert's face. He's obviously pretty excited by this fantastic box machine.
Which is the front? What's the back?
It looks like this is the front here, I would say. With its
No, I
wheels
think
on the front.
that's the front because
Do you? Oh
the
yeah, look.
face.
It's got a face on the front. You're right. Yeah.
Dinosaur.
Like a truck with the back in
Be a
the...
dinosaur.
It looks like a dinosaur. Oh yeah, you can see it on this page. Look, it's
Yeah.
got great big dinosaur-like jaws. The huge box on wheels, and they call him Mr. Climb Fierce, is hauled up Sudden Hill. It's amazing! An incredible monster creature box thing.
Fort.
He looks a lot happier now. Why is he feeling happier? Why do you think he's feeling happier?
Because he's being included again.
Ah, is that what you were going to say?
Yeah, kind of. Because they actually put time in it, time and effort into it, so he's feeling a little happier.
I've got one.
Yeah, that these other people have spent time doing something just for him. That always makes you feel good, doesn't it?
He's like, it's sort of like in Elisa's, he's getting included and having fun a lot.
Yeah, they want to include him in the fun now, don't they?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And also, he gets to sit on a massive, great big old cardboard, boxy, wheelie monster thing, which really would cheer anybody up, wouldn't it? Let's be fair. It's a supersonic rocket blaster, a triple jet transformer, a sparkling glitter kite. Look at it go.
How would they stop it? Because like, there's probably
Who knows?
no
That
way.
rabbit's a bit scared of it, though, I can see. I think it's got jetpacks on the side, look, powered by soda. Bert likes Shu. Shu is kind. Shu is funny. Shu is also daring and brave. Well, that's nice, because he was finding it hard to like Shu before, wasn't he?
Looks like they're sharing like biscuits or something.
Well, it says the box has even got inside boxes inside with biscuits and one with lemonade. Bert loves their time together, their Etho-Shu Bertiness. He loves their 3x3 rhythm. Can you see how the relationship has changed from a 2 to a 3? But there's still a rhythm, there's still music. It's new, and it's good.